Another great new resource that you can use in your classroom or a flipped classroom is one called EdPuzzle. And EdPuzzle is another resource that is free and easy to use. When you first log into EdPuzzle, you can create both a teacher and student account if you would like. They specifically say in their help area that that is not a problem. In fact, they encourage it so that teachers can also see and experience what the students will see and experience. But when you first log in, you'll notice that it will bring you to a place called My Classes. Of particular note is that you can import a class from your Google Classroom. And this is one reason why I chose this resource, because a lot of us are using the G Suite and we have Google Classroom capabilities. So even though it does not require Google Classroom, that is a really powerful connection that it makes. Really briefly, before we go through what this resource does, if you click on the Help Center icon in the lower right-hand corner, it will open up a new tab. I wanted to highlight this because it really does have a rich library of resources that will walk teachers through the process of creating their EdPuzzle video lesson. One thing I also wanted to show, though, is that although this site is free, they do have a premium school edition that is paid. The key difference is that the paid version has an integrated number of like gradebook tools and data analysis features. Another key difference is that for the free account, you can have, let me see if I can find it really quickly, under... Okay, so I'm not finding it right now, but oh, there it is. Under the search area, you'll see that you have a maximum of 10 school lessons. And so this is one of the limitations of their free account. It just means that you'll need to, if you have more than 10 lessons, you got to get rid of some in order to accommodate your new ones. So you can search for your school, and it will kind of help you connect to your community. And you can also see if anybody at your school has created any lessons or videos. So if you have a whole department of teachers with free accounts, then you could kind of share, I guess, the lessons with each other so that you're not bound by just those 10 lessons. Also, you can see what has been publicly posted. So they'll use sources like EdPuzzle or YouTube, Khan Academy, and other notable resources for some of these lessons. So what you can do is you can, under my content, I was going to demonstrate this from the perspective of an English teacher who wanted to teach figurative language. So I searched all the content that they had for figurative language, and I saw this video compilation of a number of Geico commercials and a shredded wheat commercial. And they're showing how obviously non-person characters have the characteristics of a person. So this is demonstrating personification. So if I wanted to go ahead and continue with this lesson, what you do is you search for a resource. So I searched for personification, and I found this video. I went ahead and gave my lesson a title, Figurative Language, Personification. And what EdPuzzle's motto is, turn any video into a lesson. So there are 4 main steps. You can clip a video down to just the segment that you want by using this, this crop or scissors tool right here. Luckily, this video clip was really well clipped to begin with, so I didn't have to trim it. You can also add your own audio track. So what's helpful about this is that you can actually record your own voice explaining something or giving a note for students to pay attention to. For like a world languages teacher, you could translate the video into the language that your students are studying, and then they would have the added, rigor of trying to translate it for themselves. This is an audio note. So if there's a particularly important part of the video and you wanted to add a note to it, you just drag your cursor to the correct area. And let's see what this is.
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? It's hump day.
All right, so let's say I wanted to identify right here, not only are we seeing a camel that has been personified, but now we have this play on words of hump day, happy Wednesday. So you can add a teacher audio note right here, and you could just simply ask, in addition to personification here, what other examples of maybe irony or satire do we see going on? And then lastly, a teacher could create a quiz area. So they can add a question to any particular place in here by clicking again on the timeline, and then they can choose from a variety of questions. So they have a multiple choice, maybe a comment feature. You can add a comment, or you can add an open-ended question here. So as students watch this, they can both hear your recording, any audio notes you gave, and they can answer questions along the way. And these questions are specifically targeted to a particular point in the video. Once a teacher is done with this process, they just finish it, and then they can upload it to Google Classroom or share it with their students. So very clean, streamlined interface. EdPuzzle is a lot of fun to use. The one thing I would warn about is that it doesn't always necessarily have the best filters. I did not come across any like inappropriate content, but you do want to preview these clips because some of them can be very biased. So just a quick warning there. The reason why I think EdPuzzle is a great resource is it goes along with these standards. Again, we see standards for educators number 5A. This one, though, is particularly good at adapting and personalizing a learning experience because of the level of control and autonomy that a teacher has over the video clip. And then finally, we also have the standard for educators number 3B. One thing that I thought that was good about this is that by using this resource, a teacher can really scaffold and help their students critically examine online resources. But it also connects content with video resources that you may not have connected to begin with. So great resource, free to use, some limitations in the free account, but still a very clean website that is intuitive and easily navigated.